Good morning, everybody. Today I'm at the Walls of Jericho Trailhead. It's on Key Springs Mountain here in Tennessee. Now there are two trailheads to the Walls of Jericho. There's a Tennessee side and an Alabama side. Today we're doing the Tennessee side for a very specific reason. Several years ago, while visiting the Walls of Jericho, while coming out on the Tennessee Trailhead, we were searching for the blowhole. We never did find the blowhole, but we got on a spur trail accidentally that's not on any maps that we've ever found. And while on that spur trail, while searching for the blowhole, we saw a huge waterfall in the distance. But we were so intent on finding the blowhole that we did not go seek out the waterfall. So we have never found the blowhole or revisited this waterfalls that we saw in the distance. So today I'm here to seek out the waterfall and potentially the blowhole also. So let's take this Tennessee trailhead down and see if we can find it. It is supposed to be raining all day today. It's been raining hard so far today. I do have a poncho and an umbrella, and I specifically wanted to come on a rainy day because I want to make sure there's great water flow at the waterfall that I'm trying to seek out today. So let's get down this trail and see what we can find. All right, guys, here we go. Walls of Jericho, Tennessee trailhead. Not going to see the Walls of Jericho. We're going to see if we can find an unnamed waterfall on the Tennessee trailhead side. So we just got started, and I just want to say that there's so much to see while going to the Walls of Jericho. Just going to the walls itself and back to the falls of Jericho, that's as far back as you can go that I know of, without having to rock climb. But just going back to the falls of Jericho and then back out is such a challenge. It doesn't leave you much time for anything else. You could possibly go see the blowhole, but you could, there's other things you can do, like going to the top of the Falls of Jericho, which is something I've never done. It's on my list of things to do, and exploring this spur trail that's not on any map. It's clearly a trail, but it's not marked anywhere on any of the maps. So I'm gonna go explore that unmarked trail, hopefully find that waterfall today. So my point is, if you really want to explore the Walls of Jericho, probably need to divide it up into several trips or spend the night camping. Here we go. If you come out here early and explore one day, spend the night, get up the next morning and explore some more, you could probably see it all that way. Otherwise, you'll just have to divide it up in small increments and do a little bit on each trip out here. All right, guys, I think I'm at the location I need to be at. So we're on the Mill Creek Loop Trail, and it says ahead, half a mile, is the blowhole. So I think that's Mill Creek. And that is Hurricane Trail. It's this trail right here that I believe that waterfall is on. So I want to take this trail, see what I can find. Back in the 80s, we used to explore Key Springs Mountain on 3-wheelers, and then later on 4-wheelers. And I always heard about people visiting the Walls of Jericho, but as a kid I never visited myself. But since then they've cut off access to this area, to ATVs. There's horseback riding here in some areas. So that red blaze right there tells me I'm on a spur trail. I think coming out, well, as you first come in, it's a double blaze marking it. But this trail does not get much love at all. It's not very well marked. So I think I hear water flowing. I think it's Hurricane Creek. So let's make our way on down the trail a little bit and see what we can find. Okay, so as far as I know, the trail ends here, I thought it was a loop trail, but I don't see no more trail. It just looks like it dead ends right here, and I don't see any more signs. Of course, there is a sign behind me that takes you out, but I don't see any signs in this direction that shows you deeper into the woods. But behind me is the elusive waterfall that we've never visited, and I hope this isn't as close as I can get. I'm going to shimmy on down the hillside here and see if I can get a closer view of this waterfall that I have no idea what the name of this waterfall is. So hopefully somebody out there can identify it for me. That's the best view I think I can get of this waterfall. I'm going to do a little more exploring. It is a very tall waterfall, but I think it's more of a wet weather waterfall. And I think it goes down into what they call Hurricane Creek. And back in that direction is another waterfall. We'll do a little more exploring, see if I get close to it. I have found more trail. These trees were completely blocking the trail. So just on the side of the tree, more of it. Hopefully it'll get us closer to the waterfalls. But again, this trail is not used very much at all. And I think we are missing out by not exploring this trail more. Here's a little lookout. This may be the best view I get, so let's extend this out, up and out as much as I can. Pretty amazing in real life. It might not be so amazing on video though, but again, maybe one day we can just explore Hurricane Creek a little bit, just hike up creek to find these waterfalls. But again, we're gonna do a little more exploring on this trail, and I do believe that it is a loop trail. So let's continue on the trail and see where it takes us. Well, looky here, guys. There are trail markers taking you down into the gorge, and I'm certain it's going to take you near to the waterfalls. This is why I love exploring, because you just never know what you're going to find when you're out here. Now, these trails at the Walls of Jericho, I would rate them as difficult. And I am solo hiking today. However, I did tell Melinda my intentions. Wow, guys, look at this view here. I've come down into the gorge a little bit, and it is amazing. Again, it's gonna be challenging to coming out, and I'm getting really close to the waterfalls. I just hope I can get a good view of it, because this is new, very new to me. I can't wait to be able to take Melinda on this adventure. It's a shame she's missing out, but there'll be another day. All right, guys, I just came from this direction, came down. It's very challenging, but let me show you what I found. And it all just disappears down into the gorge. Again, I think this is Hurricane Creek. Hurricane Creek runs into the creek that comes out of the Walls of Jericho. I forget the name of that creek. I don't think I could go any further because of the water flows preventing me from going downstream. Again, I think the trail stops here. Of course, you can shimmy on down during dry weather, but I don't think it's safe to shimmy on down today because there's so much water flow. But let me get down here and get a different view of this cave from far away, so you get a better view of it. This may be the best view I can get. of the water flowing out of the cave. I would definitely like to come back during the dry season, check it out a little bit, see how far back that cave goes. This is just one example of what I was talking about earlier. There's so much to see and explore here at the Walls of Jericho. It would be worth its time to camp even a couple days down there at the campground before you enter the Walls of Jericho. Wow, guys, the more I explore, the more amazing it becomes. I want to go further, but I just can't. I'm quickly running out of time, which means I'm running out of daylight. And you can lose track of time very easily because you get caught up in such an amazing place and lose track of time. Before you know it, it's dark, and I can't risk trying to get out of here after dark. We're just gonna have to come back another day and bring Melinda next time. So I'm gonna end this journey here. All right, guys, I am so thankful that I left when I did. My legs started screaming as soon as I left the gorge down there. It is exhausting coming out. Very challenging hike going down to the bottom of the gorge, and I didn't really make it to the bottom, I don't think. However, I did discover something, I believe anyway. While going down to the cave with the waterfall, I missed a switchback by accident. I got off trail a little bit, but after visiting the waterfall coming out of the cave, coming out, I hit the switchback, and there's a sign that clearly says blowhole, which pointed right down to the cave. So, unless I'm misunderstanding, that cave is the blowhole. I should have known that, but I didn't. The signage going down into there is very confusing. We have traveled that trail before, and it says blowhole half a mile. We went way down that trail, and it seemed a whole lot longer than half a mile, and we thought was nowhere close to the blowhole. But turns out that is it, and I think it's a lot further than a half a mile. It seems like a half mile just descending down into the gorge. It seemed more like a mile to me. However, I do believe that is the blowhole. We did see it. I have to do more research to find out for sure. I'm soaking wet and tired, and I'm going home. It's been a great day, but we'll have to call it quits here. I'd like to thank you for watching the video to the end. If you found any value in this video, give us a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to our channel for more great adventures coming soon.